Hi, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving today, and that's Delicious Food Day. Um, Today, in honor of Thanksgiving, I thought it would be a fun day to do a gratitude practice. My regular classes tonight at Maples Academy of Dance, because it's Thanksgiving, there are no classes tonight, but this is similar to the class that we did last week, where we focused on gratitude. So today, if you have some time between turkey and pumpkin pie, let's take some time to do a practice with gratitude in mind. There's a really cool quote that I found, and it said that gratitude is the best medicine. It heals your body and your mind and your spirit, and it opens you up for more things to be grateful for. So keeping that in mind, if you have any intentions you want to set today, take a few seconds to set those intentions and get comfortable in an easy seated position, and we'll get started. So just in your easy seated, hands comfortably however you feel best. You can close your eyes or you can keep them open. We're going to take a few nice deep breaths in and out, taking time to set your intention in and out. One more time. Out. If your eyes are closed, take a second to open them up. Oh, look, we have an ember tonight. The joys of doing practices at home. We get this little orange pumpkin to join us. That's Ember. We can bring our hands to our heart center at prayer. I'm very grateful for Ember. She's the sweetest girl. Hopefully she'll take a nap. So hands come together at your heart center. Just thinking of those things to be grateful for. We're going to take those hands and we're going to bring them behind ourselves. So they'll just come behind us like this. We want to squeeze those shoulder blades together and open that chest if you so feel. Tilt your head back. Look to the sky. Open yourself up. Shoot that gratitude right out of your heart. Good. And release that chest open position. Bring yourself back to a nice neutral. We're just going to fold forward, fold down our legs. Bring yourself up. We're just going to place the hands on top of the knees, sitting nice and tall, comfortable on your sit bones. We're just going to round the back. So looking at it from the side, just rounding it out. And then we're going to stretch it open, dropping those shoulders down and back away from your ears. A couple times. It's almost like a seated cat-cow. Round and open. Round and open. Good. Bring yourself back to a nice neutral state. Give yourself a little wiggle. Should have put a hair tie up. I'm in my house. I don't know why I don't just go get one, but I started this practice. I'm going to finish it just like this. All right, shake it all out. We're going to bring ourselves over to all fours. And just like we were in our seated position, we're going to do some regular cat-cows. So from hands and knees, keeping those shoulders over top of the hands, wrists in line, all the way nice straight line. We're going to drop the belly down with a big inhale. I'm going to exhale and round that back. I'm going to keep doing that a few times, following the breath. It's not a race, find your pace. few more. Good. Come back to that neutral position. So we're going to do a few poses on our hands and knees today. So going in from your cat-cow position, hands on your knees, tabletop, we're going to tuck those toes right under. We're going to shoot those hips up to the sky for down dog. Up we go. Pushing through the shoulders, trying to drop those heels down. If down dog, if we get tired, just bring your knees back down and you can either take a child's pose or you can rest in tabletop. Otherwise, up into that down dog. If you feel a little stiff, loosen those legs up with a little down dog walking. A few more breaths here in our down dog. We're going to gently drop our knees down to the ground. Adjust them back. Our shoulders are going to come slightly forward. And we're going to go into a half plank, holding our core. I know it's hard to see. You have a baggy shirt on, but we want to hold those tummies nice and tight. Try to get a nice straight plank body. Hands rooted into the ground. From here, we're going to go to a supported side plank. So we're going to use this knee. We're going to lean to the side and we're going to put a little bit of weight on that knee to allow us to stretch the arm, finding that openness, extending one leg out. If you're mirroring this video, if you're doing your own way, just one side first, the other side second. That's the easiest way to do it. I don't know exactly if you're going to mirror me or if you're going to follow the way I'm going. So one side first, other side second. Right now I'm doing my right side, if that means anything. I'm on my right leg, my right hand. Relaxing through the neck. And bring that back over. And we're just going to bring it back to child's pose. A few breaths here in child's pose. And back up. So we're going to repeat that whole sequence. I'm going to turn the other way just because I feel like I'm no fun if I'm putting my back to the camera. So we're going to do the exact same sequence and we're going to go on our other side. Like I said, that time I was on my right. So this time we're going to go on my left. Or do your opposite of where you were last time. So from cat-cow, a few nice cat-cows here. Nice and fluid through the movement. Nice flow through that spine. No jolty motions. And we'll bring it back to a neutral. Tuck our toes under, hips come up for down dog. Hello, friends. And again, if you feel like you need to wiggle those legs out, give them a little walk. You are welcome to. If you prefer just a nice, sturdy, strong down dog, that is okay too. Getting all the fingers and the palms, stretch that all out. Get the self rooted into the ground. Couple more breaths here before we bring our knees down to the mat. So as we lower the knees down, nice and gentle. If I'm going too fast, feel free to pause to get yourself set up. You're going to adjust those hands or those knees. You can bring the knees back, or the hands forward a little bit. Bring the shoulders forward, drop the hips down for a nice plank. Holding strong in the core, supporting those shoulders, not letting them come creep up to the ears. Keep them nice and away from the ears. into another side plank. So we're going to take, again, that leg. This time I'm using my left side, so it's going to come in for me to find some support. Rooting through that left arm, and we're opening up and over. And depending on if you're more advanced in your practice and you don't want to do a supported side plank, you can lift that foot up. It's Thanksgiving, so we don't need to go crazy. We might have eaten a little bit too much pumpkin pie and turkey, and we don't need to overdo it. Be grateful for that turkey in your belly and for a supported side plank. And a few more breaths here in the side plank, filling yourself up with air. In and out. And bringing it back over to tabletop and down into child's pose. Excellent. Very good. So I'm just gonna turn myself back around to the way I started. So we're gonna do a few more peak poses here. I hope everybody's body's kind of warmed up now and ready to get really into our gratitude practice. So we're gonna do a couple more down dogs in this section. So planting those hands down, tucking those toes under, shooting the hips up. In down dog. And from down dog, we're going to take our right leg. We're going to step it through. Adjust yourself if you need to. Drop the knee down to the ground. Now in this low lunge, we want to make sure the knee isn't over top of the toes. So I want to try to keep it in line with the heel. And just get those hips down as much as you can. Everybody has their own baseline. So maybe today is here, maybe next week is here. And we keep dropping those hips down the more we go. Now you have the option to stay here, or you can bring the hands up to a prayer at your chest. So keeping with that theme of gratitude, bring those thumbs into the heart center with gratitude, using your stability here. I'm a little wobbly, but that's okay. Finding that ease into the pose. Well, hello, Ember. Welcome back to the yoga practice. Or to the window. She likes the window. Bring those hands down to the ground. We're going to reverse our lunge. And stretch through that front leg, bowing down in gratitude to that front leg. I get that bowing down sometimes has a negative connotation. Today it doesn't. Today it's all about being grateful for yourself and the things around you. So if you're bowing down to your leg because you're grateful for your leg, I don't think there's anything negative there. I think that's positive. Excusez-moi. Good, and we're going to just release that reverse lunge. We're going to tuck the knee back in. We're going to do the other side. So from our down dog position, tuck those toes under. Shoot those hips up into down dog. Hands right into the ground, those feet right into the ground, those hips right up to the sky. This time we're going to take our left foot, bring it through, adjusting ourselves as we need to. If you're like me and forgot to get a hair tie. Hair ties are a good thing. I have short hair now, so it's not always something I think of putting it up. So adjusting into that low lunge, again, remembering knee and heel in alignment, sinking those hips as best you can. Breathing into the pose. Today's about gratitude, so if you want to smile, you can. Things, usually when you're grateful for something, it makes you smile. You can again bring your hands up to prayer at your heart center, or you can stay down if you're still working on that lunge, finding your balance and your stability, or maybe just the openness through the hips. You can stay low with the hands on the ground. Otherwise, you can bring those hands, oh, thank goodness for couches, who just saved me from falling over. You can bring your hands up to your chest. Bring those hands down to the ground if they weren't already. We're going to reverse your lunge, so stretching your front leg out and reaching down, bowing down that leg. I don't have a piece of grass on my sock, that's weird. Feeling the leg lengthen as you reach down towards it. A couple more breaths here. And release that lunge. And bring the leg through. Excellent. Okay, so as you can see, I adjusted my camera a little bit. I'm in the small living room, so I kind of have some space constraints for filming today, but that's okay. So if you were on the ground, let's bring ourselves up to standing. If you are also practicing in your living room and went, oh no, I need to adjust some things, press pause and do the adjustments. But we're going to do a few standing poses. So every time we're in those standing poses, remember to just root through your feet, nice into all the arches of your feet, toes into the ground, heels into the ground. So you can have the best support through your poses. So we're going to start today. I'm going to turn this way. Just in a nice mountain pose. Start in our mountain. Focus should be out into the world, engaged. We're going to bring our arms into our heart center for prayer, keeping with that gratitude theme. Remember, what are you grateful for? Your mama? That would be me. From here, you're going to step your left foot back. I'm going to head into warrior. Sorry you can't see my feet, my friends. But we've got our front toe, our right toe facing forward, and our left toe facing to the side. And we're going to bring the arms out into a nice strong warrior two. So you can look forwards in line with your belly, or you can look down that hand. Trying to keep the knee in line with the heels. So my toe, we don't want to make it past the toe, right? We want to keep like 90-degree angles. Well, I'm not quite 90 because I don't know if I'm that flexible right now, but keeping that straight line down the front of your leg. It's Thanksgiving time. You can't be that flexible. Now we're going to fan those arms up and around, going into reverse warrior, but in today's theme being gratitude, we're going to bring the left hand to the left leg, but we're going to bring our right hand to our heart as we look up. Now, depending on flexibility, you can keep your hand on the top of your thigh or down to your the side of your calf shin area. Just don't put it on your knee joint, right? We don't want to put any pressure on that joint. So if this is our reverse warrior, we're just bringing our hand to our heart today. Breathing into that pose. And gently releasing back into Rooting through those toes. And release. Okay, so we're going to do the other side. I'm going to turn this way. You can stay facing whatever direction you want to. This time we're going to be stepping our right foot back. So last time we stepped our left foot back. Today, it's all the same day. This time we're going to step our right foot back and left foot will stay forward. So we'll start in our nice strong mountain. Filling ourselves up with delicious, grateful air. Couple more breaths in mountain. Before we bring those hands up into our heart center, keeping with the gratitude theme. Breathing in and out. I like closing my eyes during my practice. I know it sounds weird, but something like a mountain in prayer. I feel like when I close my eyes, I can just focus on that breath. Thinking of the things I'm grateful for, following the intention that I set. You don't have to close your eyes. I just sometimes do. Good. From here, we're going to step that right foot back into our warrior. Arms are going to come up and out. Again, looking straight ahead, like I am into the camera. Or looking down your hands. Sorry for the weird camera angle. When I set this up, I forgot I was going to do standing poses. I had it all ready to go just on the ground. So sorry. That's okay. I'm grateful for the fact that, I got to change it up. Change is sometimes an okay thing. Keeping those shoulders down and away from the ears. No hunching. Down and away from the ears. A few more seconds here in our warrior before we reverse it and bring that hand to the heart. So let's take our right hand comes down to the right leg. Left hand comes to the heart. We reverse our warrior. Bringing ourselves looking up to that ceiling. Or if you're like me and your eyes are closed, they're closed up to the ceiling. Keeping no tension. We don't want any tension in our neck. If you feel like there's tension, give it a quick shake. No, quick shake. Yeah. And then resume your pose. A few more breaths in and out. We'll bring ourselves back up into a nice strong warrior two. Again, if you feel like there's any tension through your neck, your shoulders, give it a shake. No, give it a shake. Yeah, give the shoulders a little wiggle, and then you can find your stillness again in your pose. And you can release out of that warrior. Good job. Okay, so we're going to bring ourselves back down onto the ground. I'm going to take a second to readjust my camera, and I'll see you on the ground. All right, so bringing yourselves back down onto the floor. We have a few seated poses to do, so we're going to bring the feet out, extending them up to the side. Sorry, couch. And again, the spread of the legs is just depending on your own flexibility where they go, okay? So you should be able to sit up nice and tall, legs extended, feet nice and relaxed. We want to make sure they're not rolling in or rolling too far out, just nice and neutral. Getting those sit bones right under you. Sorry, the catwalk in front of the camera. Now we're starting again. So no knees turn too far in or too far out, just sitting nice and tall. If you're mirroring me, please just mirror me. Don't worry if I say right or left. I'm going to tell you the direction I am going. If you're, hello cutie. If you're one of those people who just likes to listen and flow through their body and doesn't necessarily follow what I'm doing visually on the camera, I'm going to my right. So we're going to bring our right elbow either down to our thigh, or depending on how flexible we are, we can bring it down to the floor. We're going to reach over to your toe. If you can reach that toe, wow, good stretch. But really, we're just aiming down to that toe. I'm stretching my left hand right now over. If you're mirroring me, it'll just be your left elbow on the ground and your right arm over. Like, that makes it so complicated. So if anything, go to one side and then go to the other side. Good, feeling stretch through that side body. If any of you have pets who like to do yoga with me, feel free to tell me about them. I have Instagram. Send me their pictures. Tag me in their pictures doing yoga with you. Or just disrupting your yoga practice. Good. Bringing that back up. Nice and gentle. I'm going to fold down your center now. Walk those hands out just as far as you can, okay? So if that's bringing the elbows down, maybe it's just hands down. We want to keep a nice long spine, so no rounding of the spine and no arching of the spine. Just keeping it as straight as you can. If you think of keeping your focus or your gaze just gently out in front of you. And as you breathe through this seated forward fold, you may find that you feel like you can go into the pose more. So on an exhale, you just release a little further down. And gently walk yourself up. This time we're going to go to the other side. So this is my left. If you're mirroring me, it'll be your right. Whatever it is, it's the opposite side that you did last time. So the hand or the elbow will come to your leg, or it can come down to the floor. And we're stretching over through that side body. I like a good side stretch. I'm very grateful for those. And again, if you feel any tension in that neck, give it a little no, give it a little yeah, and then bring it back to its neutral position in stillness. Now again, we're going to fold back down. And just gently releasing down the center. Taking time to ease into that body. Bring ourselves back up. Now, normally I would do this lengthwise down my mat, but just for video purpose, I'm going to slightly angle. Well, maybe not. Maybe this works. This works. Let's do that. Let's go lengthwise down our mats. So we're going to sit up nice and tall, and we're going to bend. Let's all go the same direction. So we're going to bend our left leg up. Sitting tall. If you need to put a block or anything under to assist the leg, by all means grab a block or even a pillow, anything that will just help support that leg. Bring our hands to prayer at your heart center. From prayer, you're going to bring those hands up to the sky. We're going to go full down towards that front leg. Again, only as far as you can, keeping that spine nice and long, okay? So no round spines, nice long spines. And for this little section of seated poses here, we're going to do that same thing with our legs in a variety of positions. So prayer, arms up, and fold. So staying in this fold for just a few more seconds. Gently bringing yourself back up. And you're going to extend both legs this time. Adjusting yourself onto your sit bones if you need to. Bringing your hands up to prayer. Gratitude, feeling grateful for the practice you've already put in. Grateful for any Thanksgiving dinner you've had, any family time you've had, or maybe just some quiet time that you've had. That's always nice too. Sometimes the hustle and bustle of family, as much as you love them, you just want to be home by yourself. And if you didn't do anything for Thanksgiving, we're here together today, so you got me. And I'm grateful for that. And if you're not, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. So, form hands in prayer. You're going to bring those arms up, reaching to the sky. And folding down to the feet. And you can use your shins for support, or your ankles, or reaching to your toes. I hear my cat, and I don't know what she's doing. Oh, I do. She's trying to eat pumpkin pie. She's grateful for her pie. From that folded position, bring our hands up, sitting nice and tall. This time we're going to bend up the right leg. So bringing your right leg up. And again, if you need any support, she's nuts. Any support, just pillow or block or anything under that knee. Bringing the hands to prayer, sitting tall. I do apologize if Ember, the fluorescent orange cat, is ruining your practice today, or maybe she's making you giggle a little bit, in which case, be grateful for that. We can all smile a bit more. But if she's driving you nuts, I'm sorry. She's kind of driving me nuts, but I love her anyways. So from your prayer position, few deep breaths before the arms come up and we fold down. You guys are all doing super fantastic today. We're on to the home stretch of our practice. Hopefully before then, Ember doesn't get into the pie. She's trying really hard. Enjoying that forward fold. Gently walking yourself back up to seated. Taking your right leg, extending it out. One more time again with both legs extended. Bringing those hands to prayer, sitting tall. She really wants pie. For any of you out there who love animals, I promise she won't actually get the pie. She's not allowed to eat pie. Arms come up to the sky and fold one more time. Seated forward fold. Keeping that gaze forwards. Filling those lungs up. Every breath in and out. And walking those hands up. All right, so we have a few more poses to go before we cool it down and ease into our Shavasana. Shavasana, yawn. Grateful for Shavasana every practice. So, from your seated position, we're going to do some boat poses. So, boat has a variety of ways you can do it depending on your core strength, your balance. So, step one is just keeping some weight on your toes with a bit of a lean back. So, using your toes as a counterbalance, just engaging your core. Step two, you can bring those knees up. Step three, you can extend them. Okay, I'm going to do two. I'm on a step two today. So in your boat pose feet, if they come up, they're going to come up. Now we're going to breathe into that boat pose. Being tall through your core, nice long spine, supporting yourself. Boat pose. Extending both legs out now. Just to set yourself up, bring your left knee up. Bring both arms to the sky. Twist. And do a nice seated twist. Elbow can come onto the knee. Left hand, your left hand's going to go behind you. Fingers facing out. Right hand, you're going to point those fingers to the sky, engaging them. If you want more of a twist, look over that left shoulder. Less of a twist. If you did do today's practice, or if you are doing today's practice, when you're done, I'd like to know what you're grateful for. So you can comment on this video, or you can head over to Instagram or Twitter or my website and send me a note, www.shaunajerzak.com. I'll put the little linky thing on the display at the end. It's also in the video notes. But I would love to know what you're grateful for. When you share gratitude with others, it inspires them to find things they're grateful for too. Let's unwind. And bringing ourselves up to another boat pose. So adjusting yourselves as needed. Either resting the toes on the ground or bringing the feet up. If you so desire, extending those legs up. I'm really not there today. And that's okay. There's modifications. I'm still practicing and I'm grateful for that. Breathing into that boat pose. I know this can fire up the core, but our core is strong. You can do it. You got it. I know you got it. We just have a few. Oh, see, Ember's cheering you on. Did you hear her little meow? She says, you got it. A few more deep breaths. And release. Again, we'll readjust by sitting with both legs extended. And this time we're going to pick up our right knee. I will have my back to you guys this time. I'm sorry. We're going to bring those arms up, twist. The right hand comes behind you, left hand comes to your knee. Keeping your gaze straight forward, or you can look over that right shoulder. There's so many big jumps. Sitting tall and breathing into that twist. Unwind. Oh yeah. Okay, we have one more boat pose. Why not fire up that core, right? Why not? Why not? I mean, I'm sure there's reasons why not, but we're not going to listen to them. We're going to do one more boat because we are strong and we are powerful and we can hold that boat pose. So adjusting yourselves up, either resting on your toes, bringing the legs up, extending if you are there today. Another thing you can do, if you're trying to figure out how to go from toe to lifting them up, a chair or even the couch to rest those toes on just helps you get that angle happening. And then you can take a few breaths where they come off the couch or the chair and they come back on, and eventually you don't need the couch anymore. Or the chair or a block or any of those things that just happen to have a couch. Oh, right there. few more seconds in that boat pose. You may feel it in your hip flexors too. Hip flexors, core, all of that is getting a lot going on right now. So you're doing awesome. One more deep breath in. Out and release. Oh yes, good job. Good job on those boat poses. So let's adjust ourselves now. We're going to put the soles of our feet together. Bound angle. Again, if you don't feel flexible in the hips, you can always, look, I have a pillow right here. Check it out. So you can always put a block or a pillow under your knee for support, depending on how open your hips are feeling. There is no right or wrong in that. Don't ever feel like you're less of a yogi if you need to use a block or a strap or a chair or anything like that, or if you're doing any of the modifications. That makes you a better yogi, right? You're embracing yourself, you're trusting yourself, you're honoring yourself, and there's no shame in that. So sitting tall, inbound angle, gently folding down to those toes. Good. Walking those hands back up, chest back up. Sorry, everybody. You're so silly. You're so silly. I'm sorry. So from that bound angle, we're going to reverse our bound angle. Next time she goes downstairs when I do one of these. So all we're going to do, you can get into your reverse bound angle a few ways. You can just bring those knees up and ease yourself down into laying. If you feel flexible and agile, you can just go from that straight seated position. Totally up to you. Totally up to you. So bringing ourselves down to our backs. And all we're going to do, you're going to let your knees drop down to the sides, soles of the feet together. And you just get to relax there. Hands can come down to the side. Hands can stay on your belly. That way, if they're on your belly, you actually can kind of feel that breath. Bring it to your diaphragm. Feel the breath in and out. This is a nice one. I like this one. Amber, no one wants to see your face. Or maybe they do. Breathing into that reverse bound angle, or sometimes people will call it reclined. Look, there's a big cat right there. So from your bound angle, you can just ease out of it gently, one leg at a time, bringing it so that the knees just bent up. Wonderful. And you're ready to take your legs and just point them to the ceiling. And we're just going to ride a bicycle with those legs. Ride a bike. Depending where you're watching this from, you may or may not have had snow yet. Maybe you ride your bike in the snow, in which case, I have a lot of respect for that. Otherwise, maybe there's still time for a bike ride or two, or a fall walk. Grateful for that. Bringing our bicycle to stillness and just lifting those legs up to the sky for a second. Breathing with those legs extended to the sky. If they feel like they need a little support, give them some support. You can also do this against the wall, which is actually quite relaxing. There's lots of benefits to legs up the wall. It's not quite what we're doing today. We're just stretching those legs up. Before we grab those knees, tuck them into your chest. Good. Now if you want to, you can do a little rock and roll side to side. Totally your call. I like this one. It feels like it massages my lower back, and I love that. Another one I know is a fan favorite is letting your knees extend out and pulling them in. So taking a deep breath in as they go out, and a big exhale as you pull them in. Gently ease ourselves out, down to the ground, adjusting yourself if you need to into a nice Shavasana, just nice and relaxed. As you're laying there, I want you to remember the intention you might have set for yourself at the start of today's practice, thinking of those things you're grateful for. Remind yourself that you're open to more, you're open to the universe sending more things for you to be grateful for. You deserve it, and you'll be aware of it, and it'll come showering down on you. And Shavasana. Now begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, gently waking your body up. And when you're ready, you can ease yourself over and bring yourself up to a nice seated position. Yay, ease myself back to seated. So this little girl, obviously I'm grateful for her. I'm grateful for all of you guys who came and did today's practice with me, even though it was on video and not in person. I hope that she didn't make you too crazy. I'm grateful for my family and my friends. And so this Thanksgiving, I'm keeping those things in mind as I move forward. We're going to get into the colder months, and sometimes we stop remembering the things we're grateful for. So as we move ahead, get closer to the holiday season, I hope that you keep whatever you remember being grateful for today in your heart, close to your heart. I hope that by the time Christmas comes, or whatever holiday you celebrate at that time of year, I hope that there's even more that you've filled yourself up with that you're grateful for. So again, thank you so much for practicing today. I would like you to bring your hands up to your heart, and we're going to take a nice breath in and out. Again, in and out. One more time. In and out. Have yourselves a wonderful day, everybody. Namaste.